Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah, Ya Fattah. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa barik wa sallim. Rabbana zidna ilma, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So today we will just have a look at the end of our chapter of Fi'l Mudari. We will see that how to distinguish between Afaal and Asmaa, something that we have discussed in here and there when we're doing Asmaa and then when doing Afaal, Jumla Asmiya, Jumla Fi'liya. But now we will see how to distinguish between Afaal and Asmaa as given in the book, inshallah ta'ala. So I would like Sister Samia to please read for us.
Distinguishing between Asma and Afaal. We have completed basics of Asma and Afaal, so now we can distinguish between an ism and a fi'l just by looking at the word, regardless of whether we know the definition or not. Use the following tips to help you distinguish between the two.
Okay, you will read the Afaal column first and then the Asma column, okay?
Okay. Afaal. A fi'l cannot.
Okay, no, sorry, you have to read Asma first and then Afaal first. No, later, sorry. I think otherwise.
Asma. An ism can take tanween or al or ta marbuta.
Okay, so this is something that
cannot.
Sorry, just stop after each one. Okay, so since we were doing Asma, we say that the Asma can take tanween, but a fi'l cannot take tanween, like double damma, double fatha, double kasra. These harakat, double harakat, cannot be taken by a fi'l. So when we have a tanween, we almost identify it as what? An ism. Also an al. A fi'l cannot have al because al means da literally. So da always comes with the noun, not with the fi'l, with the act. And the ta marbuta is a giveaway for a feminine ism in Arabic language. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, ta marbuta gave us that it is a feminine ism. But whenever it is feminine or masculine, ta marbuta gives away that it is a ism, not a fi'l. So when these three signs are present, it's easily to spot it as an ism, and it cannot be what? A fi'l. Next one, please.
An ism rarely ends in a sukoon.
Okay, so when we are doing ism, we say it's a fatha, dhamma, or kasra. We did not study, sukoon, right? So when we started studying fi'l, we've come up with something as Arab as a sukoon. So whenever there is a sukoon in an harf, it is what? It is cannot be an ism. So it can be what? A fi'l. If sukoon is not there because of a tanween, rule, I don't know, tajweed rule, I cannot comment on it, but it's grammatically, if the word has a sukoon in between it, like in the middle of it, or in the end, then it is usually a fi'l. Ism cannot have a sukoon. Please.
Some forms of the fi'l end in a sukoon. So is that like we were learning about the lightest?
Yes, the lightest end in the sukoon, right? The huwa, anta, anti, and ana, nahnu format. They have sukoon ending when they are lightest, or amar or nahi.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Asma. If it ends in a ina, or una, and the first letter is something other than a ya or a ta, it is an ism.
Okay, so when we are doing a fi'l mudari, we say alif, ta, ya, and noon are the giveaway for a fi'l. But the una, ina ending, if it's not starting with a ta or ya, mostly it is what? It is an ism. If it's starting with ta, and if you remember fi'l mudari chart, can you please recite for us the fi'l mudari chart, Sister Samia?
Huwa yansuru, huma ينصراني هم ينصرون
Okay, please. Hum
هي
yansuruna. Hum yansuruna. The ending is una.
هنا.
And we have ending as muslimuna as well. Right?
Yeah.
But if it is starting with a ya or ta, yansuruna or antum tansuruna, right? So when it's starting with ya or ta with the una ending, it is mostly a fail. But if it has a other than ya and ta beginning and it is ending at una or ina, it is our ism. Everybody getting it?
Yeah, and the other one is like anti.
Anti tansurina.
Tansurina, ina, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a ta beginning and ina ending. Other than ta beginning with the ina ending can be your ism.
If it ends in a ina or una and the first letter is a ya or a ta, it is a fi'l.
Okay, same thing, right? That we have discussed.
If it listen, if comes after a harf al-jar or a harf al-nasr or a special mudaf, it is an ism.
Something that we know already. That harfi jar takes an ism after it, harfi nasab take a ism after it. They cannot come before a fi'l. If something similar is coming before after fi'l, it cannot be inna or anna. It can be in or an, which is huruf jazma, huruf nasiba. So these are not the harfi nasab or its muha. Okay.
Okay. If it comes after a harf nasiba al-mudari' or a harf jazma or qad or seen or sofa, it is a fi'l.
Okay. So if we remember the few harf nasiba al-mudari, al-fajazm al-mudari, and there are some few things we studied like qad, sofa, and sa. It was under the chart that was just in the beginning of your chapter fil mudari. So sa, sofa, qad, and qad is like have already, and sa, sofa for future. So if they have these huruf are before a word, they are usually fail, right? So you will not find sa, sofa before an ism.
It would be nice to see examples of the sofa, sa, and qad from
You
the
will
Quran.
find it
To get an
inshallah
example.
ta'ala when we do more examples from Quran, because you know it appears so many times. And so if you recite Surah Mulk, you will find it. You know, sa and sofa gives a meaning of will, right? And will is an indication of a future tense, right? So whenever we have a sa and sofa plus it comes before a mudare, it's just changing into a future tense. So you will not find a future tense in ism. In ism you can have a simple sentence like he is, she is, right? There's no tense based sentences. Like we have a definite sentences, not indefinite sentences, right? And similarly qad it comes plus before madi or plus mudari to give have already meaning, right? Or certainly might meaning. So this is considered to a present perfect tense or a past perfect tense. So these are related to the tenses, so they cannot come before your ism because jumla ismiya cannot have a tense. So in English you have studied some definite sentences and indefinite sentences, like sun sets in the in the east, or he is they consider it as a definite sentence because you are explaining something which is definite. And indefinite sentences are those that have a tense related to it, like he is going, that the thing can be changed. And similarly, if something was happening in the past, it has changed. Something happened that was going to happen, but something is definite when this cannot be changed. It's a fact about something. So this is our jumla ismiya, is considered jumla ismiya in Arabic, and the other present, future, past tenses, present participle, future participle sentences are considered as jumla fi'liya.
The only thing with tenses is
Anything that has to do with the tenses, like qad, sa, sofa, these have something to do with the tense, right? Sa is converted in tense into a future tense. And
but you have like zarf zaman. That's different because that can happen in a jumla.
the zarf zaman is something else. Zarf is an in Arabic grammar, zarf is a ism, right? And zarf zaman is something that is giving you a time. Tomorrow, today, yesterday, 1 year ago. This is not a tense. It's an ism for time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When is going to happen? You are describing not the action, you are describing the time. This is called Zarfu Zaman. And Zarfu Makan is a place. And Zarfu Zaman is a time, is an ism for time. Right? Like
Yeah.
I've said, afternoon is an ism for time that falls between the 12 p.m. and the 4 p.m. This is considered as an afternoon time. So this is a name for this time period, which is
Yeah.
considered afternoon. So this is a name.
It's definite. It can't be changed.
It
The
cannot be
afternoon is
changed.
always going to be that time.
That time. Yesterday is a name because it's something that has happened a day before. It's a name for a day before. Tomorrow is a name for a day after. It's a name. So the Zarfu Zaman is a name for time. Okay, everybody is agreeing with whatever we have studied so far?
Yes, sorry, I was a bit late, but I think I'm understanding what you're
Yeah,
saying so
we
far.
just began, so it's nothing that you have missed much. So, Sister Habiba, can you please revise for us in your simple words? How do you distinguish between Fal and Asma?
Okay, the first is ism if end with tanwin
Mm-hmm.
and or tamarbuta,
Mm-hmm.
and if begin with al, then it is ism, and fail cannot.
Okay, so okay, it's good they have made it 4 point, but you can make it as a 5 point, like beginning and ending, right? If an ism
Yeah.
ending in tanween or tamarbuta, if a word is ending in tanween and tamarbuta, it's an ism, right? And if a word
Yeah.
is beginning with al, it's an ism, right? So there are
Yes.
2 points, one with related to the beginning and one related to the ending.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and good. Another point.
And in ism, no word will end with sukun. No, rarely. Okay.
Rarely. So that's why I say rarely, because sometimes you see in Quran there is a tajweed thing, and you have to end it in sukoon because of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tajweed rules.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's not actually the word is ending in sukoon, but it's because of the flow of the sentence. It sometimes it looks like it's end in sukoon, but there is a haraka there that when as a grammar student you can identify. Right.
Yeah. Yes. And but fails sometimes end with sukun.
Example. Do
And
you remember example?
um, sorry, no.
Can fi'l madi end in sukoon?
Yes,
Have you seen a fi'l madi ending in sukoon?
the here form.
The hiya format. Very well done. Very well done.
Nasarat.
Hiya nasarat is a sukoon ending,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
also antum nasartum.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all the sukoon endings. So you see fi'l madi ending in sukoon. You have an example of fi'l mudare ending in sukoon, and where it is.
Uh, is if the in the um, lightest form or in the light form.
The light form you cannot have a sukoon. Light form and
Okay, like from fatla, yeah. But in the lightest form, we have sukun.
we have a sukoon. So what are the reasons for a fi'l mudari to be in lightest form?
For the emphasis, no, nahi,
Mm.
nahi, and should not.
Okay, yes, and what did we learn about hurufu jazima?
Yeah, I forgot. Yes.
So whenever we have a hurufu jazima before a fi'l mudari, it converts the fi'l into its lightest form.
Lightest, yeah.
And fi'lul amr also. You have to convert the fi'l into lightest form to convert into fi'lul amr.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay, so that's why you need to recall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sisters, you've been asking me to go for a quiz, but there's no point going for a quiz if you're not revising.
Oh,
Quiz always
no,
asks
no.
for a revision, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you all ask me about a quiz. It's like something that I do, and you don't do anything in the background. You just come in and sit in the class like it's just a isn't just an activity. Quiz means that you have to prepare beforehand before to revise your lectures and come in the class because it's a quiz, right? So you all are asking me for the quiz without revising. This is the same chapter. It's not like I'm asking about something long ago. It's the same chapter and you still don't remember anything. So what's the point of having a quiz? Like me explaining you everything all the time over again in the name of a quiz? So you don't have to do and revise your lectures? This is not a right attitude for learning, okay? So please, if you're asking me for a quiz, better be prepared and be revised if you're coming into a class. Because quiz does not mean that I'm wasting my time and you are just sitting and having another day of revision. Okay, inshallah ta'ala, please carry on, Sister Umm Habiba.
If it ends with un and
Una
in.
and ina.
Okay, una, ina.
Where did we
And
first study the una ina? I don't want you to read from the chart, okay? I want you to remember them. So when did you first study una and ina?
Muslimuna, Muslimina.
Muslimuna, Muslimina chart, and we say we identify the dual and plural format of isim by looking at the ending, right? But there is a
Yeah.
confusion because some of al are also end in una and ina.
Yeah.
So if a word is starting with the una and ina and it has a ta and ya beginning, then it can only be a fail. Otherwise, it is always an isim.
Ism.
Okay.
And the first letter is something other than ta or ya, and it is an ism.
I don't. I told you I don't want you to read it from here. I want to revise doesn't mean that you read from here. You have to say something from the memory that when Sister Samia was reading and I was explaining, and there's nothing that you can recall. So pay attention in the class, okay? Please carry on. What's the last part?
For the last part, the hurfe nasiba or hurfe hurf jar and hurf nasab.
Hurfe
If
nasab or hurfe jar?
yeah. After jar and after hurf nasab, always the ism.
It's as an orphan ism because they are ism fragments, right?
Yeah.
And what about special mudaf?
Yes. Special
Because
mudaf.
we know mudaf ilahi is an ism plus ism fragment, but to identify it instantly, the special mudaf that we remember, bada, fawqa, tahta, duna, right? So if we as soon as we spot these special mudaf, we know that these are what they cannot be. They not come before a fail. They always come with what ism to make a special mudaf fragment, right? Which can
Yeah.
only be an ism plus ism fragment. Very good. Okay, so everybody clear on this one? Please make a note in your book, however you want to write it down, because these are very important, and when we are doing the Quranic example, this come really very handy. So please take 2 minutes and write it down in your book as you can remember the way you find it easy. So please note down these points. Tell me when you're done, okay?
I'm so sorry, Ustad. What are we supposed to write?
You're supposed to write the points of distinguishing between Afaal and Asmaa.
Okay.
So we're done. All right, let's start the drill. Those who haven't finished writing, they can listen to the recording and look it from the book and write it down later. So, Sister Hodma, I want you to tell me which the first one, Shafi'in, is it a fail or an ism?
Ism. It ends in tanween.
Very good. Sister Raisa?
Yes.
Mustabshiruna? Sister?
Sorry, I muted myself. It's an ism.
How do you say it's an ism?
Because of the third point, even if it has un or in ending, but it doesn't have a ta or ya in the beginning,
Very
it's an
good.
ism.
Very good, very good. Sister Samia, Asaila?
It's an ism because it begins with the alif lam.
Very good. Sister Parveen Maroof, Qad Aflaha?
It's a fail because it doesn't have any of the signs of an ism on it.
Okay, and what else did we study today?
I came when the ism was being studied. I missed the first part of it about the fail.
It is not the first part, it is something that we discussed in the last one. Is that if the fail is if a word is beginning with sa, sofa, or qad, or a huruf jazma, huruf nasiba, then it cannot be a ism, it must have to be a fail. So it is starting with a qad, so the word after it is always a fail, not an ism. There is no chance for aflaha to be an ism. Okay?
Yes.
Sister Ummi Habiba, innal munafiqina.
Yes, it is ism because it starts with harf nasab.
It starts with harf nasab. It has al. It's ending with
Al, yes.
There
Una.
are three signs that we have. It's not just
All
one,
are,
right?
yes, yes, all are the same.
It has three signs. Okay, Sister Hodma, in tastarat.
I think it's a fail because it ends with a
Sukoon.
sukun, yeah.
Very good. Sister Raisa, Ba'da Zikra.
Ba'da zikra. Ba'da is one of the special mudaf, so it's ism.
It's an ism, and also al zikra has what?
Has al.
Al on it. Very good. Sister Samia, Sayusibu.
It comes after a star, so it's a fail.
It's a fail. Very good. Sister Parveen Maroof, An Yataraja'a.
An is harf nasab.
Harfu nasiba.
Harf nasiba. So it's an ism because it's coming after harf nasiba.
Lil Mudari, yes. And it is starting with the ya and beginning, so it's helpful. Fi'l mudari and yataraja. Very good. Sister Ummi Habiba, fi qulubihim.
Yeah, it's also ism because it starts with the harf-jar and the kulubihim. Here also the idafa form.
Very good. So we cannot say kolubi is, you're right saying it's idafa form, but the giveaway is fee here, right? Fee is a giveaway because we cannot say kolubihim is a ism, or it can be a fail with the him as a maf'ul bihi, right? So it could be kolubi, could be fail if you look at just kolubihim, but the fee is giving it away that it is not a fail, it is an ism. Okay. So here our chapter is ending, and there is just a chart over here. So if you have a look at it, this will help you remember your jumla ismiya, jumla fi'liya in a nutshell. Okay. So if you just put this chart somewhere in your, if you take a print out or you just note it down in your book, so this will be a quick reference for you to remember your jumla ismiya and jumla fi'liya. So any question about this chapter? Anything you want me to clarify? Anything to put a focus on? Because today we are ending our Failul Mudare, Failul Amr and Failul Nahi chapter, and from Monday we'll start something completely new, which is Failul Mabni lil Majhul, which is considered as the passive tense.
I just have a question regarding the terminology. So if there is a noon at-tawkid or a lam at-tawkid, it makes the fi'l al-mudari, makes it al-muakkad. That's what we said.
Yes, fi'l mudari will become muakkad with the emphasis noon at-tawkid, and that's why if there's before the fi'l nahi, it's after the fi'l nahi, it will make fi'l nahi muakkad.
Okay.
Muakkad is coming from tawkid. So when something has been given tawkid, it will become muakkad. When someone is given Islam, become a Muslim. So when somebody is accepted Islam, it will become Muslim.
Muslim, yeah.
So that by someone is giving a tawkid, it will become what? Muakkad. Like when you're giving a jar, it become majroor.
Majroor, yeah.
Mansoob. When something has acted upon something, that the meme beginning of an ism comes into, right?
Yeah.
So the tawkid make it muakkad. Easy to remember this way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
I didn't really get the ayats that we did yesterday, both of them.
What did you didn't get into it?
Especially the first one that I did. You know how normally I would just see exactly, I don't know, I just didn't understand the breakdown.
I told you that in this one, this is a complex one, so that I told you that not to get into much detail about the wala tahsabunallaha ghafilan amma ya'malu zalimuna. I told you we have not done that much complexity of Arab. You related to the ya'maluna zalimuna as a maf'ul bihi for yatahsabanna. That you didn't get?
Okay, so we only need to know the grey bit. Wala tahsabanna.
Okay, well, that's why I say if I try to get more into detail, since you don't have that much knowledge now, that will confuse you. So as I told you, for now on, just try to focus on the part that we know, and amma ya'lamu zalimuna. If you just put a bracket around it and you see what is it answering related to tahsabanna, that's why we need translation at the moment, because we do not have that much advanced knowledge of the Arab. So when amma ya'malu zalimuna, what it is answering? Unaware of the wrongdoer. Who is unaware of the wrongdoer? Allah. So Allah is unaware of the wrongdoer become a one part of a sentence, and it is answering to tahsabanna. So what you do not think, what you should not dare think, right, is what? That Allah is unaware of the wrongdoer. So it's answering what? The complex sentence structure that we studied? It is one of those, but it is really complex. So that's why I told you just to not too much go too much into a detail, but if you look at the translation, inshallah, you will understand. Is that making sense to you? Or doesn't making sense to you at all?
Oh no, that makes me even feel happier that I don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah. Let's just me quickly give you the context. Like whenever you have a fail, you have something to answer that it is. Sometimes it has a maful, sometimes it doesn't have a maful. So when it has a maful, you look at it what type of a maful it is, right? So since the answer is what or who, it is maful bihi, and we have maful fihi and maful mutlam, and we know these are mostly the words, right? The combination of words or the words. But when you have maful bihi and there is about what or who, and this can not just only be a word. Sometimes the what or who is explained into a sentence, right? Sometimes I call you Hodma, sometimes I can call you my student, sometimes I call you the girl who come into a class on time every day, right? And then the girl who come onto a class at time every day will be your introduction, will be about the girl we're talking about. It's all about the Hodma, but it's what it become a sentence. So that's why sometimes maful bihi becomes a sentence, and when there the complexity begins. Here our maful bihi is a sentence starting with the jumla ismiya, and within the jumla ismiya we have a jumla fi'liya. So this is a very layered sentence. So that's why you know the parts. If you can know the part, it is fine. Do not go into a very complexity because you will get confused since you have not practiced it that much. Inshallah, by the end of this book, you will be able to do it, with the ease. Inshallah ta'ala.
Inshallah. And then the second question was the next ayah. I didn't understand why should not was used.
Why should not was used?
Yeah, because
why if why we say when we can forbid somebody in second person, we cannot forbid somebody in the third person, right? And this is a ta beginning, and we have a ta beginning and a fatha ending in our failul in our failul nahi muakkad. So what are the possibilities? It could be hiya, or it could be anta, right? But as I told you that we do not know it's a hiya or anta looking at it. But if you look at al hayatu ad dunya, what is al hayatu? Is a rafa form, and what it is, rafa is a file. So can hiya format take file or anta format takes file, outside file? Sister Holma.
yep, sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to concentrate, and then my little one's screaming. I'm trying to shut her down as well.
No, I'm just
What did
asking
you
that
say?
can the here format take the outside file or the anta format take the outside file?
The anta.
Okay, anta takes outside file. Outside doer. What
No,
are the
outside.
conditions?
Sorry. Here and who can take an outside doer.
So
The
here
rest
we
take.
have a here or anta problem. So if we have an outside file, then it should be here or anta. Come on. Simple question, Sister Hodma. If we have hayatu dunya here, which is a rafa hayatu ad dunya, rafa mudaf ilayhi, Mausuf sifa fragment here, then it is the fail tahuranna, it is a hiya inside pronoun or the anta outside pronoun.
So do you go back? It is gonna be the anta.
Can anta take
No,
outside
it's gonna
file?
be the here. It's gonna be the here.
It has to be a here because there is an outside file here. Al hayatu ad dunya is an outside file. It's in rafa form. So it is a hiya. And when we have a hiya huwa, like the third person, we cannot forbid them. So that is always should not. It always be an advice. It always be a suggestion or recommendation. You cannot forbid them directly. So you can only advise them. That's why should not. Not you don't dare. It is always translated as should not. Okay? Is that clear?
Yeah.
You're not still very convinced? Try to tell me what I told you. Try to explain it to me now.
You said during the lesson time. Well, you said that you can tell somebody in front of you. You can command someone in front of you. But if it's a person that's not there, you can suggest.
You cannot directly command them. So that
Yeah.
the would be should not, right?
Yes.
When you are indirectly saying somebody, you will say you should not do that. You cannot say you do not do that. Say he or she should not do it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the thing here. Right? And how did we conclude to it? Because of the Tugharannakum and Hayatud Dunya as a file, we know that it is a hiya, and hiya is a third person, and it cannot be direct forbidding, it must be an indirect forbidding, which we should not think. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, now you sound convinced. Okay. So, any more questions, anybody? Okay, so I have found out an ayah for you. Where are we? Yeah. So let me stop sharing. So we will see how we go about it. And before that, for the next week, who will bring us the ayah about the vocabulary, the name of Allah Azza Jalaluhu? Who's left? Sister Hodma, you have done. You brought us the Surah Hashr, Surah Raisa. Sister Raisa, you brought us Surah. Which surah was that?
Ashura.
Ashura, yes. Sister Samia brought us Ayatul Kursi. Sister Parveen Maroof and Sister Umme Habiba. Any of you, please, who will volunteer for next week?
Okay, I can.
Is Sister Umme Habiba? Okay, sister. You will bring us an ayah that has at least 2 more new names of Allah that we have not studied so far. Okay. Jazakallah khair. So let me share. Let me share it with you now. So can you all see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so today I have brought an ayah from Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayah number 2. And you know, Quran is filled with so many ahkam, like so many things for us to do and not to do. There are so many things that Allah has asked us to do and forbid us from doing. So it is one of those examples where Allah has forbidden us and commanded us to do many things. And this is a very important ayah. So who will recite for us today, inshallah? Sister Sami always volunteer. Sister Sami, are you in the mood of reciting today?
I'm not in the mood, but I'm not feeling too about it.
Okay, no problem. I will play it from
Samia,
here.
if you don't feel well, I'll recite, inshallah, if you want me to.
Jazakallah,
that would
sister.
go.
We always
You
want
sound-
somebody new. Please do it.
No, but Samia and Hodma, mashallah, they've got beautiful recitation. I'll just recite in a traditional Pakistani way, I think. But
It's fine. It's just about taking part in something so beautiful that Allah bless us all with every word you're saying. MashaAllah. Please go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تهلوا شعائر الله ولا الشهر الحرام ولا الهدي ولا القلائد ولا آمين البيت الحرام يبتغون فضلا من ربهم ورضوانا وإذا حللتم فاصطادوا ولا يجرمنكم شنان قوم أن صدوكم أن صدوكم عن المسجد الحرام أن تعتدوا وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان واتقوا الله إن الله شديد العقاب.
Allahu Azim. Subhanallah, mashallah, mashallah, sister. You have such a powerful voice. Mashallah, so it's very good to hear from you. So, okay, so I want Sister Hodma to start with the first part from Ya ayyuhallazina amanu to Waridwanan. It's a big word. Just try to do a part by part, like bit by bit, and then stop, and then as far as it makes sense to you, the way the jumla is ending, you stop there. Okay.
Ya ayyuha. So the ya is the ya of the calling shows that ism is coming.
Ya of Munadi, very good.
So ayyu is an ism.
Okay.
And
What
ha
did we
is an
study? I've told so many about ayu. What is ayu? It's not an ism.
Oh, I thought the ya meant the next word is going to be ism.
We
It
have
is.
studied so
We've
many
studied it in
times
proper
about
and
ayu.
proper and common.
No. I know Sister Samia knows the answer, but other than Sister Samia, who will describe to Sister Hodma what is ayu is?
It's a carrier for the attached pronouns.
Yes, it's just a carrier word. It's just a chair for our attached pronoun, because attached pronoun needs something to sit out. It cannot go on its own.
Okay. So ha is our attached pronoun. And then alladina is ism mawsul,
Good.
meaning those, I think.
Allazina means those.
Amanu.
Allazina means those who, not just those. It's those who. It's not a pointer word. It's a ismul mawsula, so those who.
Those who amanu, believe, and that is a aman. It's something you do, so it's a fail.
Okay, when we have amanu, so we have a fail, but you say allazina is isma mawsula, and then what is come after it, isma mawsula will become what? The terminology we heard something, but you can say it in English as well.
The terminology we heard.
We've studied.
Oh, is it like it's in the ishara mushar ilayh, but this is a
isma mawsula and
mawsul ilayh.
Silatul Mawsul it is called.
I knew it, but
it's fine. It's fine to forget the terminologies, but if you know the reference, it is fine, because you understand what you're talking about, right? That's matter most to me. So if you forget the terminology, it's not a big deal. But just try to remember this Silatul Mawsul it is, okay?
And then the ending amanu is, so it's hum is plural masculine. And we know that because like Allah speaking to everybody, and when there's male and female plural, you give masculine.
Okay.
So la.
So it is fail madi or is it fail mudare?
Amana would be fi'l madi. Amanu would be, but there's no the 4 letters are not in front of it.
Yes, so it is what itself, fail madi. Fail madi in the home format.
Yes.
Right? Hum nasaru, hum amanu. Right?
Yes.
So it is our failul madi. So if I say that your first jumla is ending here because la does not have any connection with amanu, right? Because la has connected to tuhilu, which is another fail. So we have a jumla ending here, amanu as a jumla failure, a fail and fa'il combined. So now,
Would it be the whole thing? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu.
ya ayyuhal, no. First thing first, what's the silatul mausul? In silatul mausul, what do we have? Amanu.
Alladhina amanu.
No, allazina is a small mausula. Amanu is a silatul mausul.
Yes.
Okay, so ismul mausula is like we say when we have pointed out allazina, those who we're talking about something, then it is about who they are, right? Those who can then describing who they are, right? Then amanu is the explanation of allazina. So this is silatul masul, but in this silatul masul, we say it can be an ism and it can be a jumla failure. So here we have a jumla failure with amanu, fail and fa'il, hum. And we say that jumla failure can only be a single word as well. So here the first part is ending, ya ayyuhal lazina amanu. So if is amanu means, amana means to accept, right? So ya ayyuhal lazina amanu, how would you say?
I understand what you just explained, but what I was saying is what the whole thing, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, that is one sentence.
That is a one sentence, but this is a jumla ismiya. Inside the jumla ismiya, ya ayyuhal lazina is a mubtada, amanu is your khabar, allazina amanu is like, you know the parts? So you're right. When you're saying a jumla ismiya, you have to give me the parts as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now just try to make sense of these 4 words that we have in front of us. Ya ayyuhal lazina amanu. So if just try to you know the meaning of everything here.
Yeah. So ya is when you're calling someone. So the ha goes back to the people who believe. So those who believe.
Oh, those who believe. So if you look at the translation, it will say, oh, you who have believed. So there is a double emphasis because of ayyuha, right? Because the attached pronoun ha is coming here because of emphasis. Oh, those of you who believe.
So I have a question. Why is it third person and not second person?
Why the third person, not the second person? Because of ayyuha? Let me think about it. I don't have a better explanation for it at the moment. I need to look at because it's the surah is starting with the ayyuhal lazina amanu. But I don't have a
I thought they
grammatical
had to
reason.
match amanu and the ha.
No, amanu is again is a masculine. Amanu. If it's a fail, it's a fail, it will be amanunna. Amanuna. So it is masculine and ha here is feminine. This is a good question. Let me note it down. Why it's ayyuha? Because allazina is also masculine. So why ha is feminine here?
Ustaza, doesn't the harfu ya make it into nasab form? The harf nida.
It's not about the nasab. It's huwa, and here it converted into ha as attached pronoun, right?
Yeah, because I was thinking that it was actually huwa, that's ha because of the ya.
No, it is a small ha. It's just a letter ha or hu, right? It's not the ha alif. Ha alif comes with the here. Here converts into ha alif.
I know. That's why I was thinking that this is actually probably something in my head. I just assumed that was a huwa. That's because of the ya has become into nasab form, and you write it with the ha. In Arab, in the Quran, it's written like that.
I need to check it. I'm not sure about it. That's why I'm not telling it, because with who or he, if it's a huwa, it should be ayyuhu or ayyuhi. But ayyuha means it's a hiya inside it. So why ya ayyuha? Ayyuhallazina amanu, why ayyuha? This is an intelligent question. I think we need an explanation for that, but I don't have it now. Inshallah, I will find it out, but I'm noting it down.
It comes a lot in the Quran, though. This same ayah again and again.
Again and again. This is the previous ayah of the Ya ayyuhallazina amanu ufu bil uqudi.
Yeah. Inshallah, it'll be good to find out what it is.
Inshallah. Ma'idah ayah 2. I will consult it with my Sada, inshallah, and I will come back to you. And if I forget on the time of weekend, please remind me. Okay. Okay. So ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O you who have believed, because of the past tense. You believed.
Maybe it is for the tasbih because allazina for with the ha who is become ha.
No, it's not who becoming ha here. It does sound like to me the who becoming ha here. Ha must have a reason, grammatical reason. We just don't get into a conclusion because we do not have the answer here, right? We will confuse ourselves with these logics. But it needs to be looked into, and inshallah ta'ala, I will find it out for you. Okay, so Sister Hodma, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu is one, oh you have believed. Now please do the next part.
La. So it's prohibiting something.
But you cannot say la is for prohibition unless you know that the fail after it is what?
فعل مضارع.
Fail mudare.
فعل نهي.
Fail mudare into a lightest form.
Yeah.
So first you find out that it's the lightest form, then you will say that la is a la of nahi, and it could be la of something else as well. Okay.
Okay. It's because the next word is tuhillu. So it's been made light and it starts with ta. So it's second person.
So it's second person, and that's why it is our failul nahi. La tuhillu. Make it completely as a failul nahi. Okay, and what is a file here?
The file is whom? No, antum.
File is antum because forbidding, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
Sha'aira is an ism.
Sha'ira is an ism, and it is what is in which format? Rafa nasab jar.
It is in nasab because it's fatha.
It was a fatha, so it is maf'ul. It can be a maf'ul.
It is.
Right?
Yes, it can be a maf'ul.
It can be a maf'ul. Okay, please next part.
Allahi
another ism.
Is another ism. Yes.
So what do we look for if we have two ism combined?
If there's a connection. And Allah is the word Allah here is in jar status.
So what kind of fragment?
I would say it's an idafa fragment.
It is an idafa fragment. Sha'ir Allahi combined as a idafa fragment is our maf'ul for tuhillu. And we don't know what kind of a maf'ul it is. So mostly we say idafa fragment. Do we have any specification for idafa and kind of a maf'uls?
Sha'aira. What does sha'aira mean?
No, I'm just asking that do we have any specification if it's an idafa fragment can be any specific kind of a maf'ul?
No.
So it is most probably it is our what? It is our maf'ul bi. Most probably it's maf'ul bihi, or it must be maf'ul lahu. There are two options.
Yes, but we've seen a lot more maf'ul bihis, even though that's not obviously a reason to say it. That's what it is.
So your logic is saying that mostly it is maf'ul bihi. Now we'll look at the translation. So there, it's Allah Ta'ala is forbidding us to do the people who have believed, which is us, to do not to do something. So the translation for tuhillu is to violate. So Allah is saying, do not violate what? The rights of Allah. Sha'irul Allah is the right of Allah. So this is Sha'irul Allah is order maf'ul bihi related to tuhillu.
Yes, because it is the what?
Do not violate the rights of Allah is our jumla failure al-nahi.
Yes.
Okay, good sister. I think I will give somebody else a chance because otherwise we'll be late and everybody get a chance to do it. So Sister Raisa, why don't you do wala shaharul harama from here?
Okay. Wala ashahar. Wait. Al. Wala. Wait, I lost it. Oh, wala ash. Okay, I found it again. Wala ashahara. Here, la is for.
La is just verb la. Now look at the word after it.
Ashahra. Shahra is an ism. And ashahra al
Harama.
hara'a. So there's two ism after. So like two isms together. So it should be al Mawsuf sifa.
Very good, very good. Ashaharul harama is a mawsuf sifa.
Mawsuf sifa.
Wala shaharul harama, it is the la is not is a failul nahi, right? It's not failul nahi.
Yeah, because there's no fail after it.
Yes, so this is a la of negation, but it's not a la of failul nahi, right? It's coming before an isim, not before a fail. So it means not, but it does not mean do not or like of a forbidding or something, right? So wala sharul harama, what does it mean? And or and the sacred month.
Okay.
See, Allah saying do not violate the rights of Allah or the sacred months.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So it's connecting with the first time when they said don't do it. Okay.
Yes. It's a connection because Allah Mia saying Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, and then this whole thing is beginning. Then what those who people are Allah addressing to, Ya ayyuhallazina is Allah Mia is addressing to the believers, and he's saying you don't do that and do not do that. So these all ahkam, that all commands are coming one after another. Like you do not do that, you do not do that, you do not do that, right? So this is what is going on in this ayah. So the next part.
Okay. Wala al hadiya.
Wala al hadiya.
Wala al hadiya. And then again, wala al qala.
No, al hadiya. Just explain to me what is al hadiya.
Okay. Al hadiya is an ism. It's connecting with what they've said before. So it's like and not.
La hadiya, like and month or not the sacrificial hadiya is the sacrifice.
Okay.
So sacrificial animals. Also hadiya is a sacrifice. Okay. Now.
Wala al qalaida. Again, it's another ism.
Okay, another ism. Let's look at the meaning. What does it say? Wala and garlanding them. Qalaida is garlanding.
Garlanding them. It doesn't. The meaning is like a fi'l. Garlanding them.
Yeah, as al qalaida, it doesn't mean that. Let me have a hadiya. I mean qalaida is. Where's my phone is not here. Can anybody find me the meaning of qalaida, please?
Ustaza, I don't know the meaning, but I do know the context of this ayah. Is the kuffar, they used to put these like necklaces around the animal and give them in the name of the statues and say you're not supposed to touch them, let them roam around free.
Yes, I remember, but I want to find the meaning of it because I know you're talking about that the when you ornate the animals, you put something and as a necklace and their head and put the name of their deities over it, and you say that I'm sacrificing the animal in the name of that deity. That is the about this is ayah is about. So Allah is forbidding us to do the sacrifice the animals in the name of other deities other than Allah.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at the meaning, so it's better if you know the exact meaning. It may collide means the garland.
I'll go Islam 360. I'll check there.
Please check for me. I don't have my phone on me. Now let me check it here. Our tools. Do it together.
Inshallah, my tablet is so slow.
No, let me do it.
Yeah.
That was an excuse. Qala. This was a hamza. Qala'id.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ida. It's a
We have
Hamza.
a qala'id. Qala. Oh no, not this one. Qala'id is a necklace. So it's a necklace.
Ah, okay.
So it means because sometime in translation they use to explain. So wala qala'id, and do not put a necklace on them. In Arabic, sometimes the word has some meaning embedded in it. So when I wala qala'id and said do not necklace them, it means that do not put necklace on them, right?
Mm.
Or
I've got the
garlands.
same as the other one, garland in the air. It's
Yeah,
not
so do
this.
not garland them, right? Do not put garland on them. So wala qalai, the qalai. Some we haven't done the surf yet, but some words has that meaning embedded in it, right? So when inshallah we'll do so, we'll understand how the necklace is coming as something that you as an action here, because some like when I say eating, right? Eating is an act as well, and eating is a noun as well as an idea, but it has some action embedded in that word. When I say what you're eating tonight, it's like I'm asking about what will be your food tonight, right? And when you say, so what are you eating, then it is something else, right? I am going for eating. So I'm going for eating is going in an action. Eating is what is an ism, right? It's explaining what I'm going to do. So same sometime the word has some action embedded in it as a meaning. So it is qalaida as a necklace, but qalaida has something to do with the putting on the necklace, right? Inshallah you will understand it when you'll be doing the surf. This will make more sense to you. Okay, please carry on.
Okay. Wala Qalaida, and then Wala Amina al.
Amina.
Oh yeah, there's a
Alif
long
long alif, right?
Amina al Naita.
Al bayt.
Al Bayt. Sorry, yeah, Al
House.
Bayta. Yeah, it's a house, the house.
The house, yeah.
And Al Haram.
Okay, so now give me what is la here and what is amina here.
Okay, so Amina. It's an ism because it doesn't show anything to be, because it has an ina, but it doesn't have. Wait, no. It's not an ism. It has alif in the beginning, and it has ina. Wait, let me think.
Let please think. No push.
Okay. I think, okay, it's an ism because it has ina at the end. It doesn't have a ta or ya.
Beginning.
So
yeah, and
yeah,
then you're
so
confused with ana and nanu, that hamza beginning, right?
yeah, I got confused with that, but then I saw the ending and then I realized.
Okay, please.
And then al baita al harama. It's al baita al harama. It's another mawsuf sifa fragment.
Mm-hmm.
And then yep.
Okay, first thing Amina Baitul Harama. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if we look at the Baitul Harama, you say it's a masuf masuf sifa or Baitul Harama. Now if we look at the translation here, but they is saying those coming to the sacred house. So this Amina, Wala Amina is like those coming. So it does look like it is a fail, but it's not a fail. Because those coming is what it's explaining. It's explaining about the people or the act.
The act.
No, it's talking about the people. Those coming.
Oh yeah, those coming, the people. Oh yeah.
Because if you look at the translation and you look at it, you get confused because those coming look like the jumla failure to you, because look at it like a verb, but those coming is explaining the people.
Okay.
It's an explanation of a person. It's a noun.
Yeah, yeah.
Amina Baitul Harama, those coming to the sacred house. Baitul Haram is sacred house.
Yeah, the sacred house.
Very good. Now, please stop here. Now I want Sister Samia.
Miss, can I take my leave? I have another class I need to.
Yes, please. Yes, please. You can. This is all. This is voluntarily. Already, we are late on time. Please carry on.
Ustaza, so this coming, is it going back to the people, Ya Lazina Amanu, those that believe? Is it us talking about them now? I mean,
No, no,
those,
no, 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 no. This is talking about. This is the instruction about those who are coming to the Baitul Haram in the month of sacred months, right? So this is about those who are coming to the, because to Baitul Haram, the believer and non-believer all comes. So like those who are putting the garland, they're saying that you do not do that. And to the those who are coming to the Baitul Haram, now you will see later, inshallah, Sister Samia.
يبتغون so this is a fi'l مضارع.
What is the fa'il?
يبتغون is the fa'il is هم.
Okay.
فضلا من ربهم ورضوانا. So فضلا is the tanween ending in a tanween. So this is ism.
So what is it related to Yabtaguna? Is an ism in what status?
It's an ism in nasab status. So this will be maf'ul. And most likely maf'ul bihi.
Most likely, we'll see inshallah.
من ربهم, so min is a harf of jar. ربهم is the ism majroor with the idafa fragment inside.
So what it is related to the Yabtaguna?
This will be the mutalik bil fi'l.
Mutalik bil fi'l. Very good.
Wa could be a harf of ataf. Ridwanan is also in nasab status. So ism in nasab status, so this could be
another
maf'ul. Yeah.
Another maf'ul for us. Okay, so now we'll look at the translation. Yabtaghuna means to seek bounty. To seek. Yabtagha means to seek, right? So yabtagha means to seek. So now fadla means bounty. So please try to translate it.
So that's the beginning of a jumla failure. So so we said it was home. So those who seek the bounty from their Lord, and Ridwan means
approval.
Okay, and
approval.
Okay,
so since we are just doing it as solution, yabtaghuna fadlan min rabbihim ridwana, you basically you seek the bounty from your Rabb and his approval or an approval. But this ayah is connected, so that's why this is translated as seeking those coming to the sacred house seeking bounty from their Lord and his approval. Right? So this is connected about those people who are coming to the sacred house. We will omit the you here in that translation. Okay?
Yeah, also yabtaguna is hum, not antum. So.
Yeah, antum, sorry. It's antum here. Yabtaguna is antum.
Oh, it's antum.
It's like them. The them is omitted in the translation because them is explaining Amin al Baitul Haram. Right? Because of the context?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, quickly, Sister Padween Maruf, you please do the Iza halaltum fastadu. Iza is when.
Oh, Iza is when. Okay. Why Iza? Wow is atifa. Iza is when. So that's time, isn't it? So that's zarf of time.
It's just it's a word when, yes, you can zarfu zaman, Iza is zarfu zaman, and then you just carry on with that.
Okay, why is that when?
We will study Iza in detail, inshallah, later. It's another chapter.
Okay. halal tum. Halal is an ism because I don't see any fail signs on it. And
But
tum
it's ending in the sukoon.
yes it is halal so yes, so halal is a fail, tum is the file, attached pronoun file. So
What is the which kind of a fail it is, and what is your file here?
halal would be is a majzoom then? Is Isa capable of making a majzoom?
No.
No. So
Simple one. You remember your
what?
fi'l madi?
Yes,
What is
Nasara,
antum?
Nasaru, Nasarat, halal. So it's a here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no ta.
What is antum in fi'l madi? Antum nasar?
Nasartum,
Antum
Nasartum,
here. Antum halaltum.
halaltum. Yes.
It's
So it's
not
a
all the time that this is attached pronoun. You have to remember it's not does have alif, ya, ta, noon beginning, so it's a fi'l madi.
yes.
So if you
Halal.
look into from the perspective of fi'l madi,
Yes.
you will not see it as an attached pronoun. You will see it as a part of a word. Halaltum.
Yes. Halaltum, all of you. Yes.
So iza,
Halaltum.
when you have a iza, it's like when. When is not like a time. It's a shartiya. When you did this and then this, right? So wa and fa
Yes.
is then. Wa iza is when and fa is then. So now the second part, astadu.
Halal. Fa, pastadu. So this is a fail. And pastadu. So is it amr? Because there is the una, the noon has been dropped.
Yes. It's an amr. It's the lightest form, and again it's alif beginning with the sukoon in the second letter. Astadu. Fa is a
Yes.
harf. You remove fa, and then astadu you have a alif and this the sukoon on the sa, and you have a lightest fi'l mudari. So it is your
Yes.
fi'l amr.
Fail.
So here if you say and when halaltum, then astadu.
Okay. When halal,
Halaltum means
then
when halaltum means to what is called ihram, coming out of ihram. Halaltum is coming out of ihram. So when you came out of haram or you come out of haram, then astadu means to
pastadu.
hunt. Then hunt.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. You can't put okay around.
You
Yes.
cannot hunt when you are wearing an ihram.
Yeah.
So these all ayat are related to the time of a hajj. Right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Sister Umme Habiba, please do the next part and we will call it a day, and the rest of the part of the ayah, if you want, you can do it as a homework and you can send me your homework so I can check. Okay? So Sister Umme Habiba, you there with us? Has she left already? Okay, Sister Habiba has left. So sorry, I'm ending the class today here. So, but the latest part, if you wish, you can continue the similar things going on in this one, because that ayah I picked because it will help you identify the fail and ism, because sometimes you get confused. Plus, there is a lot of la, and you do not have to get confused with the la or everything to be a failul nahi, because sometimes la coming before ism, it's not a failul nahi la, right? It's not a law of nahi, it's another type of law that we have not studied yet. We will do it inshallah later. So this ayah is very important in terms of clarifying the things that we have studied so far. If you put it into practice, you will be more familiar with identifying the Afaal and the Asmaa separately, and identify which is a fail or not. Okay, jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.